Can I keep that for you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, the first question is, what is the total of the JCI investment into the ITZ?
Yeah, as we usually don't speak about investments at this stage, I can only tell you that we have invested a significant amount, and it will be in the three-digit millions and more to the middle of it. That is as much as I can say.
Okay. What will be your total job creation?
It will be about 200 jobs. That's the current status. We will maybe add something to this number because we're currently working on localization, but for now it will be pretty much 200 jobs, which will be roughly 280 people working in our East London plant.
Okay. And what will be the components that you will be supplying?
It's going to be the interior for the C-Class, which will be instrument panel, cockpit, door panels, headliners, and overhead systems.
Okay. And if you were to compare this to what you had been supplying for the W204, what is the main difference?
The main difference is really that we are deepening the value chain. We are delivering today the cockpit and the overhead system, so two of the products we also do for the 205. We will manufacture all of the components, almost all of the components ourselves, so meaning we import only resin and raw materials mainly. There are some components we still import because of economical reasons, but we really deepen the value chain. On top of this, we've won the door panels, which is not our business today, and we also added the production of the headliner substrate, which today is also imported to South Africa.
As you've said, this is going to be your first manufacturing plant in South Africa, when you look at or comparing it to assembly. How did this decision come about?
Well, it's really not our first manufacturing plant as such, because we already do door panels for BMW, the running F30, and we have a quite significant metal footprint where we do manufacturing production already. So with that experience, we felt we are ready for the next step. We can take it further. The 205 really presents a new dimension of manufacturing. So based on that experience we have today, based on the global capability and based on the global footprint that we're having, we decided to manufacture locally. And there's obviously also a commercial and business case component to it, because bringing all those components into the country is creating high logistics costs.
How is the company going to ensure that you have a competent skills pool to match the new production capabilities?
It's actually a very good question, and I think I want to answer it in two steps. First of all, I would like to encourage the discussion about the APDP scheme missing actually that skill part right now, and we are more than supportive to support any scheme adjustments to add this topic of skill development and enhancement into that scheme. But to answer your question, we as such investing roughly 80 million rands into education and upskilling of people. We mainly send them to Europe where the technologies are available and train them in several stages. Secondly, we have just launched the so-called Jci Controls University initiative, where we are creating those skills that we don't find on the market, unfortunately, ourselves, and of course to maintain these skills within our workforce.
What are your plans in terms of increasing your product range and customer base for this new facility, so beyond just Mercedes-Benz?
It's a good question, and it's obviously also the question that we are debating, discussing with the IDC in particular. The technology that we're bringing, the footprint and the capability, the skills that we're bringing to the country after the launch, I'm very confident that we will attract other OEMs, especially in the interior area, and will be producing in a couple of years from now more than just the Daimler C-Class. Ultimately, the cost advantages and the risks in the supply chain and the currency, the exchange rate, will drive further localization, which also is in line with the goals of the APDP.
And what's the secret behind JCI's success? I mean, this is an expansion What do you think is behind the reason for you securing such a big contract?
So the success globally on Johnson Controls, that would take a long time. I think there's a lot of components to it. Maybe I can say it's definitely my experience, and I'm 20 years with the company, the skills and the people. That's probably the main difference. And also in the C-Class, the ability of us to secure this order was probably three things. One is we today produce for the current C-Class already in 3 continents. We do it in China, we do it in Europe, we do it in South Africa. We do for the customer Daimler also another product in North America. So we are already in all 4 locations that Daimler is producing. That paired with the engineering capabilities that we demonstrated over the years, with the demand of the global C-Class, and then obviously a financial stability that a corporation like Johnson Controls delivers. That's my belief were the key criteria from Daimler to source ultimately Johnson Controls with this big global order.
And why did you choose the Eastland and IDZ as your location for your plant?
I mean, first I should say we are a happy tenant today, as we are here in our location today. And so our first logical choice was to approach the IDZ with these plans. And I tell you, we were very positively surprised about the flexibility and the willingness to adjust the plans to our needs. So IDZ was our first and only choice and the logical choice.
Thank you.